Captain America Civil War Trailer 2, which actually might be the final trailer before this actually comes out in less than 2 months. So the film starts off, they show like a little bit of like desert, then all of a sudden they show, it looks like an abandoned building, and they show Bucky that looks like a container is, lifting over him, so someone maybe might be releasing him, or, taking him somewhere else, maybe to torture him, who knows on that one. So the next thing we go with is that we actually see the General from the Incredible Hulk, so the Edward Norton one back in 2008, not the other Hulk one in 2003, that disaster film. So we have that, and he's actually showing, he actually shows a lot of it shows Captain and Scarlet Witch and Falco and Falcon, they show Falcon and, Black Widow. So they show Black Widow, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and Falcon. And then the Captain's actually showing different, the General is actually showing different things that's been going on in the previous movies and all that, all the different things being, all the different cities being destroyed and countries being destroyed, and Scarlet Witch looks away very disgusted. Captain America's telling the General, hey, okay, stop it, we understand, and all that kind of stuff. So then we actually see Iron Man. So the thing is, Iron Man / Tony Stark there, and actually all of a sudden he comes out and he says to Cap, hey, you know what, we got to put ourselves in check. Now the problem I actually have with that is you got someone like Iron Man who's like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do and no one's going to stop me. But in this one, I guess, of course, him and the General, must have a mutual agreement, because all of a sudden, I just feel like in this one, Tony's like, hey, you know what, now the thing is, after all these movies since 2008 with the first Iron Man, I'm going to change my answer, which I get the whole thing, change your character a little bit. But it just seemed to me, it seemed like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to, follow someone else now instead of being who I always was to be. So that kind of like, for a little bit, that did kind of bother me. There was a lot of great action in this, and one I gotta say, there was a big chase scene between running and on a bike, and I'll explain that right now. You got Captain America chasing down Black Panther, but also Black Panther is chasing down Bucky, but Bucky's the one that's on a bike. All of a sudden you see, all of a sudden you don't see Cap anymore because Black Panther is just running that fast. He jumps on the hood of a car, then all of a sudden he jumps off of that and he slices the back of the bike, slices actually the wheel of the bike there. So all of a sudden you see Bucky and you see Black Panther just flipping on the street there, and I really actually liked that scene. That was one I ended up probably watching. I probably ended up watching that one about maybe a good 20-30 times, just that particular quick, scene there. And they said there was a lot of glimpses, a lot of cool things on there. They actually show Ant-Man, but very little. They actually literally show him when he's small, and that's all they really show of him there. Like in a quick, it looks like he's like flipping through someone's fingers, like it might be Iron Man's there. And then we get to the big ending here, where you actually have Iron Man puts his hand out, and it's like, stay down, final warning. And then all of a sudden you get Cap like, I could do this all day. He's like bleeding, like from his lip. It looks like from the side, his cheek and his forehead. I can do this all day, and I really, really like that. They show the credits, and then they actually show Spider-Man. Well, briefly, they actually have a little thing between Iron Man and Cap, and Iron Man just like, you know what, I'm tired of this. Pretty much shouts out Underoos, and all of a sudden you see the Web taking Captain America's shield, and then all of a sudden webs up his hands together, and all of a sudden you see they show Spider-Man real quick, hi everybody, holding Captain America's shield, and I actually thought that was a freaking cool scene right there. Just showing really quick, and I really actually liked it, I really did. I know I'm going to sound like I'm griping a little bit here, and maybe that's what I kind of do on my channel here. Seems like I do gripe a little bit more than, oh, I hate it, or I like it, or I love it, it's the greatest thing. I actually was expecting a little bit more humor out of this one. The first one was a lot more serious. I was expecting a lot more humor, and there was a few things that was in there, but it seemed like it was another, and I get it, war is not pretty, even of doing a comic book thing. But I was actually surprised, I said, there was not that much humor in this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.